Don't you hate it when you pay good money to a business for services and they still take advantage of you? When you're a customer and you do everything right, you show up on time, you pay what they ask for, you communicate clearly, and still the business treats you like an inconvenience. I think we all know that feeling. The sense of when a company is cutting corners, when they rush through the job, when they ignore details, when they give you the bare minimum with an attitude that says, "What are you going to do about it?" It's frustrating, it's unfair, and it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But here's the part most entrepreneurs miss. You are just a business owner. You are not just a business owner, you are also a customer, which means every time a business mistreats you, you're not just experiencing frustration, you're being handed a free lesson, a blueprint, a perfect example of what not to do. And today I'm going to show you how you can take these moments, these injustices, these disappointments, these bad experiences, and turn them over on their head, transforming them into the biggest opportunity for yourself and for the people you serve. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leavona. Welcome to the Leavona Show. I have been creating and building successful businesses for over 25 years. And I am here to help you win. If you would like to learn from me, hit that subscribe button now so you can find me later when you need me. Years ago, I worked for a cleaning company. Most of their customers were actually elderly. On the surface, everything looked polished, but behind the scenes, the truth was the exact opposite. The cleaners would rush through the homes. They would skip entire sections on purpose. They would leave dust on shelves, behind lamps, on the picture frames, because they assumed the elderly clients wouldn't notice. Corners were being cut everywhere. There was no honor, no integrity, and no care. And yet the company acted like excellence was being delivered. The worst part of all was this. The owner constantly boasted that she was checking off the work to make sure it was right. That couldn't be farther from the truth. My coworker, who was the absolute worst, never got called in for disciplinary action. She was some sort of family member, apparently. Needless to say, I couldn't stay in that environment for long. My spirit couldn't tolerate it. I couldn't be part of a system that took advantage of vulnerable people just because they were older, slower, or less able to defend themselves. So I walked away. I stepped out in faith, and I created my own business, one built on the opposite of everything I saw done wrong. And that decision taught me something powerful. Sometimes their mediocrity is what opens up the market for others who are excellent. And here's what can easily be overlooked by many entrepreneurs. Every bad experience you've ever had as a customer is really training for you as a business owner. Instead of being angry, pay attention. Instead of complaining, take notes. Instead of saying, "I hate when business do this," you should be saying, "This is exactly what I will never do." Because when everyone else is zigging, cutting corners, chasing quick money, ignoring people, you need to zag. You need to rise above the crowd by doing the one thing most businesses refuse to do: care, honor people, protect people, serve them with excellence. And here's the truth. People can feel the difference. They remember the difference. They reward the difference. That is why so many businesses fail. They never learned how to love people. They learned how to charge, but not how to serve. They learned how to earn money, but not how to earn trust. But you can build something beautiful by simply doing what others will not. Listen now, because this is the part that matters most. No matter what industry you're in, Someone in your community is waiting for the entrepreneur who refuses to cut corners. Someone is waiting for the business owner who says, while everyone else is zigging, I'm going to zag. I'm going to be the one who brings real care back into the marketplace. Let their mistake become your beefsteak. Okay. How are you today, guys? How was your day? If this message, the messages that we give you every day, is reaching you and impacting you, I'm going to ask you to help other entrepreneurs like yourselves who are out there by pressing the like and the subscribe button. When you help them, then one day you can possibly be in our community actually talking to them because you brought them in. It's not all about me. If the message impacted you, you can turn around and help them because one day you're going to need to do the same thing. And, wash hand, make hand come clean. Okay? We have a new improved version of the show today. We decided that we're going to step it up a bit just for you to make sure that you can get the most out of what we have to offer. But as you know, when you change, it doesn't always run smooth. As I told you, iterations, that is what brings the perfection. So be tolerant if we make errors today. It's all about you. And we're loving on you and trying to get you the best that we can give you. All right? So this program has been rolled out today, and there are going to be some beautiful things in it. And I'm asking you not to go anywhere, to stay and see what we have done. Okay? Okay. All right, so here goes nothing. Wish me luck. I'm jumping in. All right, so we always do the Y factor. So the Y factor is still there. We didn't cut it. We've been using the Y factor for years, and we decided that is not going anywhere. It is a part of what we do. It is a part of what I've built. And so the Y factor had to remain. We are talking today about the Y factor coming from the angle of how it pertains to business and why we went into business in the first place. a play on of words, why and why. Okay, guys. All right. In order to remain grounded, we have to be grounded. We have to have an anchor that holds us and not make us want to run like scaredy cats when things get harsh. When things get rough and the sea is choppy. We have to have whys that tell us, listen, you know why you went in. You know why you're doing this. And you call them back to mind and you keep on pushing. Right? Now, what I want to tell you today is that in order to remain grounded and to continue pushing through this marathon race of business, we have to make asking why a daily energy booster. When I ask myself, why I'm doing this. When I get up in the morning and I don't feel like I want to be bothered with this anymore, I know my whys. And I use those whys as an energy booster to push me when the whole terrain looks crazy. Messages are coming, information coming. Everything seems to be, I'm having a full bowl of spaghetti, negative spaghetti. I ask myself, what are my whys? And you know, one of the beautiful things about this journey here, I have built many businesses for many years, but now you get to see me build one from scratch. Stay with me, guys. And boy, will you learn some things. Daily energy booster. The whys. Why are you in business? I want you to come along on this little, come along with me on this little journey. It's not long. We're going to do it quickly and we're going to move on with the rest of the show. But it's imperative that we ask ourselves every day, why? Why do we do this? Why do I love my husband? Why do I love my kids? Why do I have this business? The reason why we have a business is because it gives us freedom. Freedom to look our husbands in the eye, our spouses, to spend time with them, to have time for the kids, to walk the boardwalk in the early hours of the morning when the world sleeps, not having to rush and get in the car and drive like a crazy fanatic, swerving in and out of lanes where we might not even come home at the end of the day. Can you imagine that? Here is the picture of you on the highway driving like a fanatic. Here is the picture of you, your wife, and the 2 dogs. Walking a boardwalk somewhere with your children running ahead of you, turning back and looking at you with love. Do you see what freedom does? That's why we went into business. I don't know if that is your first one, but that's my first one. The second one is because we have gifts, right? God has given us, some of us have a lot of gifts. But like I said in the message on Friday or Thursday, we can only launch off with one. We need to launch off with one. And when it gets successful, we can, keep adding the other ones. But we need to do one at a time. Okay? No matter how genius you are, you need to be able to build it strong, that we're looking here, guys, at legacy. We're looking for this thing to go into the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. Why not? We can dream big. We're not doing a mom and pop that's going to fade out tomorrow. We're looking to do something that is going to the next and the next and the next. From the gift in the hand. Now, my third why is my love of people. There is no business that will grow if we don't have a good relationship with people. People have to come and they have to trust us and they have to give us their money, and we have to turn around and work to deserve the trust that they have given to us. And we have to serve them with integrity, with honesty. Because our children must never have to suffer from generational sins because we cheated and ripped off and bamboozled people to live in the mansion that we're living in. When we put our heads down at nights, we want to know that we can sleep. The Bible says the righteous sleep like babes. We put our heads down and in 5 minutes, we're gone. Gone somewhere. Gone to peace. Do not let your kids and your husband and your family get caught up in that nonsense. All right? So I think I'm going to leave it there at 3 tonight. And I encourage you to do this exercise with me every day, because if you're anything like me, we get so busy that if I did not get a little help, I would not be able to do this. I would just say, I know my whys. Never mind. I don't have time. I can't spare the square. I had a sister who went to med school with my husband and I, and that's what she always used to say. I can't spare the square. I can't spare the square. Marriage went bad, did not pass med school, everything. You understand? Sometimes you have to spare the square. I'm going to leave you on that note. Spare the square and use your whys as your energy booster to run this journey. Okay? Life. Oh, life. Life is so precious, isn't it? And a lot of times we take it for granted. We take the love. Before this show started tonight, I had a little setback and I did not feel like maybe I was going to be taken out of the game because I started to get sick. But you know, the beautiful thing about life and love and hugs and kisses, I sat at this desk and I know this has happened to you many times. The love of life and the people around you form a blanket over you. And you feel so loved and so warm that the fear of the illness, the fear of the ailment, the fear of what is happening to you gets swallowed up in the love that is being given to you in that moment. I had a moment like that today. Life is precious. And my husband knew that I was in pain. And he came with his blanket, covered me, gave me a hug. And I felt like I could run a marathon. He became my anchor. I'm not telling you anything that I have not done, I haven't experienced. And when you get your blanket moment, when your husband puts his arms around you and your wife puts her arms around you and she hugs you and he hugs you, and when you put your arms around your kids, unexpectedly, they're eating cereal at the table. And you just walk over and you hug your boy. You hug your daughter. Oh, they might like, oh, Ma, what are you doing? Act all indifferent, but girl, let me tell you. Guy, let me tell you. It ripples into their hearts. Busts it open. Don't look at what you see. Look at the invisible things. They know, they love that hug from Daddy. Oh my gosh, Daddy just hugged me for no reason. And then they turn up and they look at you and they give you this look. And you feel you can melt because there's so much love in their eyes. And ain't nobody's eyes other than them. The animals you have in that house and your beloved wife, no one can love you like they will. No one can love you like your mama and your papa. And that's what life is about. It's about us talking about it today and understanding that without life, what is the purpose of us working so hard? For what? It's because of those eyes. Those ones that act like they're, whatever. You know, they're indifferent to what you have to give. But know that they have to be who they have to be because we were like them and we were who we had to be. So let them be who they have to be. Lots of bees. All right, guys? All right, so life is about the business. But the business does not take precedence over our marriage, our love, our families, our children, our grandchildren, our puppies, and our little cats. The business doesn't take precedence. Family first. That hug that you give your daughter as she was surfing on her computer and your son was filling his mouth with some cereal, it transcends time. Because when you love your kids, they do not go out there and pick up junk. Love makes us survive errors and mistakes. Love your boy. So he picks up the right girl and brings her home. Love your wife. Let them see you loving on her. Let your daughters see that you stopped to hug her. Daughters are funny, you know. We so want to be hugged by daddy. We so want daddy to tell us that he approves of what we're achieving. And mommy, that son of yours, he loves to hear you tell him how proud you are of him and how much you love him. And one day, trust me, he's going to bring home another you. Daddy, your daughter is going to bring home another you. It's just the way it works. And then people have to watch you and say, oh, I envy that Tom. I envy Tom and Sheila. But when they were chasing the money, you were investing in your garden and watering it and doing the right things by your family. Continue to water your garden, my friends, my brother, my sister, my family. Water your garden so that they can grow. Because I want to one day know that something that I said to you worked. And when I'm long dead and gone, I want to know that your kids come back and love on you when you're old and you're feeble and your eyes don't see and your knees hurt and your back hurts. That they come back because you were good to them. And then they turn around now and they start teaching the grandkids to love you. Water your garden, my friend. Water your garden. And don't let the business take precedence. It was never meant to be that way. You went out for business so that you can build them a nice house, give them comfort, but don't leave the den, don't leave the nest empty. And you're never there. You give them a credit card and say, oh, go to the mall, get what you want. They don't want the credit card. They want you. They want your arms around them. They want you to look in their eyes. Take them outside, help them build something. Take your son, let him help you fix the car. Mommy, let your daughter learn the family dish that has been in the family for generations. You guys cook it together. All right? All right. I'm done with the yap on that one. Like I said, we're taking the program up another notch. Just bear with me because I'm not going to be smooth, but I'm trying. We sell, you know. We're sellers. I believe after being out here for 20-something odd years, and I could not tell you how many 20-something odd, because I still have a pet peeve about age and stuff. It's just our culture. But after being out here, have come to the conclusion that marketing is solid, but it's the selling that gets the job done. I could market and I can send $40,000 worth of ad in 3 months to push my business, or maybe $40,000 in ads for a year. It depends on how lined our pockets are and what is the purpose. We don't want to put ads out there and then waste money. We have to have everything streamlined based on systems. You can't put $40,000 into an ad or ads and you don't have the manpower to take it off. That's a waste. It's like flushing the money down the toilet, and we have our kids. We don't have time for that. We need to be frugal with our money because we started from nothing, right? Just a hand, bringing it into the open, bringing it from the heavenlies into this realm. So we don't need to waste our money. But selling, when those phones start ringing, they have this new thing now. At least I wasn't privy to it because I'm a brick and mortar specialist. But you need to have something to capture what the results of the ads. And when I was doing my thing, I would put the ads out, and then I had a customer service section where I just had girls and guys picking up my calls. I wanted to make sure that nothing skimmed off and got fallen into the trash. So as every time we aired and those calls started coming in, my people were there, ready to take the calls. But if they did not know how to sell, when the calls came in, we could lose those people. And so I decided somewhere along the way in those 25 years that I had been given a skill to sell, and I'm going to teach my people how to sell, because I realized that if I cannot sell to people and I cannot convince them that what I have in my hand is good, then what am I doing here? What am I here for? We have to have the ability to sell. Put all the ads you want, millions and millions of dollars into ads. But when those calls start coming in, when you have to call them back if you're using funnels in this new online system, you got to make contact with them somewhere, somehow, through an email. And you have to be able to sell it in the email. You have to be able to sell it in a phone call. And if you don't know how to sell, watch how fast your money gets flushed. It's like throwing a piece of paper, toilet paper, in the toilet and just pressing that button. There goes your millions. We have to know how to sell. And we have to sell with confidence, with integrity, and honesty. Because, as I always say, we don't want dirty money. We don't want dirty money, folks. Too much is riding on our children's health and their longevity. No dirty money. So, are you ready to change your mindset if you're not here where I am? Are you ready to sell with integrity? Sell with confidence and honesty? and watch what happens to you. I'm a living proof. Living proof. It's one of my skills, you know. It's just that I didn't go out to be a sales agent. And I actually did insurance, and that's a story for another day. Yes, my friends. Story for another day. Remind me, yes? Stay in tuned and call me to beers and say, Vivi, that's my call name. My family calls me Vivi. Someone in the family just picked that name for me. Started calling me that in the call room when I had the explosion in the cleaning service. Started calling me Vivi. I said, why you call me Vivi? She says, I don't know. You look like a Vivi. My gosh, the things people say. And it stuck. It stayed with me for all these years. So that's the call name. All right. I'm not done with you yet. I told you we had changed the program. And I told you that we do iterations and we polish and we get things better. And everything that we're doing in this program is to hopefully make you a master at your game. That one day, if you so desire, you will be trained up to sit behind a camera and a mic and talk to people the way I'm talking to you, commanding attention and winning. Winning, winning, winning. Because you know the game. And you see that honesty is the best policy. It's the best policy, honesty. So let's go into this other section that I introduced you to. I introduced you to a section here that we call mental health. Mental health, building with mental health. I think we have a better name, but like I said, today's the first launch, so we'll get it better. You might ask me, why do I need mental health for a business? Oh, yeah? My family, we need to always check all the boxes. When we are entrepreneurs, we are using every part of our faculty. We're using our head and everything that is encased in there. We have to use our arms, our limbs, our torso, everything that is involved in there. Kidneys, lungs, heart, muscles, cells, everything. And we oftentimes go to the doctor and we do our checkup and what's not. But many times we shy away. If we feel depressed, we say, I'm not going to now shrink. And I agree with you. I've never believed that I needed any shrink to tell me what was wrong with my little brain here. My precious, precious brain. It is from this beautiful, beautiful darling all our innovations come through. God sends them in. They come into our brain. We hear. We might hear something. We might feel something. We might get a dream while we're sleeping. Do you see where I'm going with this, family? We need to protect this guy like nobody's business. Because if you're in a mental hospital, how are you going to run a business saying that? You need to protect this bad boy. And so when you start feeling that you are getting a little depressed, you have to say, where is that coming from? What is causing that? Don't hide it. Now is where the love in the relationship with you and your husband and your kids, you say, guys, I don't know what's going on, but I've been feeling funny. I feel like my brain is skipping. I feel like I'm getting depressed. Talk it through. We don't need no shrink. We just need all the love from those different pairs of eyes that are going to bear down on us and say, talk to me, mommy. What's going on? Talk to me, honey. What's happening? You talk it through, and the only time you go to them is if the love inside is overpowered by the illness. But a lot of times, praying something through, walking it through, saying that I know I can, like the battery. The guy who wants our soul in the final battle of Armageddon is always trying to get us. When I felt sick today, I tell you, it took some guts to push through because it didn't look like as though I was going to come to you guys today. And I guess whatever I have to say to you here is going to be good and help you, that something tried to interrupt me. And I told my husband, I said, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping to make it go away. I'm not stopping for pills. I ain't stopping for nothing. I'd rather go out there and let them see me ginshin. Because God tells me that I must resist the devil and he's going to flee from me. Guys, do you know, family, do you know, when I drop that word, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Poof! And he was gone. And here I am, large as life, doing my customary yap yap that you love so much. I know you love my yap yaps. Like I said, you have to have a lot of confidence to say some of the things that I say. And my confidence comes from God, and it comes from actually having done the toiling. Oh, I have toiled, and so have you. If you don't have a business yet and you have not toiled, I know that you have toiled through life, because none of us get anywhere without toiling. Life is just difficult. And if you're standing here, you're sitting and you're listening to me and you're interested because you know that this channel is just about business. And if you are still here, I told you I'm rolling out something tonight. And if you're still here, it tells me that you need me. You need help. Because we never stay where we're not interested. Don't get me started. I started watching some of them channels and I watch them. I see some fake stuff. I'm gone. I ain't giving you no like neither. You ain't deserve no like, you liar. Stop hyping stuff up so you can catch me. But My husband used to tell me, I said, why is it I have all these people? He says, Vivi, because you're always pressing stuff, you're always liking stuff, and when they see that you like something, they send you more of those. All righty then. So, the depression and anxiety can take you. And you must not keep things. We have to try our hardest not to keep things from our family, especially your hobby. Start there. Because a lot of times the kids, you don't want to get them worried. We got to make sure we take all of our, myself included, okay? We have to take our regular yearly checkup. And we have to go and visit our doctors. As best as we can. You know what I did? After COVID, I started to distrust all of them. And I know my body and I feel my body. And so sometimes I don't want to tell you what I do. Never mind. No bad practices. But I don't trust doctors anymore. Let's just conclude that. I don't trust them. COVID opened up my eyes so big, you may as well take my eyelid and paste it to the top of my forehead with a clothespin. That's how big my eyes opened up after COVID. I felt it in my spirit, did not trust them, and now years later, I'm hearing I had valid reasons to not trust them suckers. Okay, so mental health, we have to build our businesses without selling out. Keep stress away. Because when we do it the wrong way, when we try to sleep at nights, we can't sleep and anxiety comes in and you feel guilty because this is not your stock. This is not how you are. Watch around you, all around you. Everybody is flying past you. Don't look at them. Look to your maker. Look to the guy who sent in the inspiration first. You think if he give you something, he's not going to help you to develop it and to take it where it has to go? You have to trust him. We can't follow the Joneses. We got to know that we were brought up integrally and we have to keep that because we don't want to go home and have him say, you're a wicked servant. I never knew you. Get lost. Our whole life is going towards the end and being able to stand and be accepted by this God who created us. So you're not selling out will keep your mental health. Losing your mind can come as a result of you selling out. Do not lose your mind for anyone. Watch your health closely. Guard it. We know our bodies. We know our bodies. We know when things are off. And when your body is begging you for sleep, stop, please. In my years, I've found many people have fallen out of life because the heart couldn't take it anymore. I can't tell you when to stop. You know when to stop. You know when your heart starts pumping in your ears that something is off. Go lay down and sleep. When you get up, the work is going to be right there. And if you don't stop and you die, when your spirit floats out of your body, you're going to realize the work is still there. Whatever you did not bend it, did not break it. It's still there. Please, I beg of you, family, take care of your health. Sacrificing your family. Don't sacrifice your family for the business. The business was developed. God gave us these gifts so that we could take care of them, that we could bless them. Legacies, fancy mansions, fancy cars, credit cards, whatever. Not to put the business first. That's why he blessed us, so that we would bless others. You see a homeless man, he looks homeless. Some of them, you know that they're cheats. If you don't trust giving him money, buy him some food. Buy him a cup of coffee or breakfast. God blessed us so we can bless others, not for the business to take precedence over our beloved. Our beloved family must always reign supreme. And I will conclude by saying this on this particular section. There's one more. I was taught God first, my husband second, and my children third. Did you hear that, my family? We have to put God first. We put our marriages second. And then we bring in our kids. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, Trinity. God first, our marriages, the thing that He reveres, second, and then our lovely children. Try putting it in that order. Did you hear anything about business being in there? No, sir. No, ma'am. No business. The business is a means to an end. It is not to take precedence over that godly Trinitas system. Now, I'm going to reach out to you again. No man is an island. And I cannot do this work alone. So, I will not use the rhetorics of the marketplace. I will say to you as I feel led. If this message impacted you today, and if you were not in the room with me today, but you'll come in later and you get to the end, and you feel that you were touched, and you don't want to be selfish and keep it to yourself, push it out there. We are a team. There are many people suffering out there, and they need our help. So let's serve our Creator God with love and respect for what He has trusted to us. He did not just give us these gifts for ourselves to, be selfish and take them and put them under a bushel. He wants us to use them to reach as many people as we can who are suffering, struggling, and need help, but no one listens to them. No one watches them. You see the poor and we look down on them with disdain. Let us not be that kind. If it impacted you and it blessed you, do not keep it to yourself. Pass it along. And the last thing, some things must be last. The last thing I want to say to you is a reminder that we are here every single day, Monday through Friday, from 8 p.m. And incorporated into that system of the 8 p.m. is something we called questions and answers. Now, I don't know about you, but when I look around, I don't see entrepreneurs. I don't see coaches. giving you the ability to have access to them unless you put down some moolah. I am offering you my services at this point for free. At some point, I will have to charge because nobody goes into business for nothing. I want, by the grace of God, to see you pour in here. Stop being a scaredy cat. I don't eat humans. I will not eat you. I will love on you. I'll put a blanket of love around you. Now is the time. I call you to action, my family. What is keeping you from making contact with me? It's free. No tricks, no gimmicks. Take it while you get it, because I will not always be able to give it to you for free. Talk to me, find me, send comments, do what you have to do.
And then you'll do it during this part tomorrow.
My husband says if you're not here live, you're not disqualified. I don't judge you.
Especially now, nobody is.
I have so much time now. And I'm telling you, the way I build businesses, you're going to look for me one day and you're not going to be able to access me. Access me now. Make your impressions on me now. That you become a family. The family member that I give the business to still uses me as a coach. It's still in the family. And that person reaches out to me and can call me anytime. She's out there, she's trying to close a sale and she's getting some jargons. What do you think? I taught her a secret and I'll teach it to you too. You don't have to close all of them the same day. You can tell some of them I'll get back to you. I have to work out your price. And then you reach me and you say, what do you think? What should I do? These are the problems I encountered. But let us not be silly. Let us not be proud. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Lord, I break down the barriers that are stopping them from making comments, coming in and asking questions. Bring them home. You know the ones that you have assigned to me, send them. My family, my friends. I will leave you on this note. If you believe that the message that we rolled out tonight came in a nicer way, I need encouragement too. Encourage my heart. Encourage my husband. You cannot believe how hard he works. I thank God for you. I pray for all your families and all your faces. I saw lots of faces just now. Just lots and lots of faces. Pray for all of you. And I ask God to richly bless you. I make you a promise tonight. If you do not win, I will never stop charging. I will never stop helping. But I tell you this, like I told you, when you go in on these sales, you always have to reiterate the terms and conditions. And I will not work with scamps. I will work with you like you're my family. I will not promise you that I'm going to come into the community chat and I don't show up. I assign somebody to do it. I will do no such thing. If I assign somebody, it's my family who loves my business and what I have built. But if you do not win, and you're not a scamp, and you're not dishonest, and I see you struggling, I will keep working with you until you get out. Win, win. That's what I'm about. I will not take your money and disappear. I will work with you until you're a winner like I'm a winner. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. And hurry back now. Hurry back for the next show tomorrow. Now, be there or be square. Good night.